After moving into their new old house, Alejandro and Carolina were filled with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The charm of the creaky floors and vintage wallpaper drew them in, but as they settled into their new life, they began to notice a change in their beloved dog, Zoe. Initially, they attributed her odd behavior to the upheaval of moving. Dogs, after all, can be sensitive to their environment, and a new home was bound to cause some anxiety. However, as nights passed, Zoe's incessant barking grew more concerning, especially when it was directed at the bathroom's drain. The couple watched her with growing unease. Zoe would stand by the bathroom door, her body tense, her barks echoing off the tiled walls. It was as if she sensed something lurking just beyond their perception, something in the drain that unsettled her. Alejandro and Carolina exchanged glances, filled with concern. They tried to reassure themselves that it was merely a plumbing issue or a strange echo in the old house. Yet, as Zoe continued her nightly ritual of barking, scratching at the tiles, and staring intently at the drain, their initial assumptions began to feel increasingly flimsy. One evening, Alejandro decided to investigate further. He knelt by the drain, placing his ear close to the metal cover, hoping to hear something that would explain Zoe's frantic behavior. Instead of clarity, he was met with an unsettling silence, punctuated only by Zoe's relentless barking. A chill ran down his spine. There was a feeling in the air, a sense of foreboding that gripped him. Carolina, equally perplexed, attempted to soothe her own anxiety, suggesting that perhaps they simply needed to call a plumber. They scheduled an appointment for the next day, but the discomfort lingered. As night fell, Zoe's behavior escalated. She scratched at the bathroom tiles with desperation, her barks turning into frantic yelps. The couple's concern deepened. What if something was trapped below? The thought of an animal in distress gnawed at them. They decided to call for immediate assistance, uncertain of what they might find, but convinced that they needed help. When Alejandro dialed emergency services, he struggled to articulate the bizarre situation. Would they take him seriously? To his relief, the operator agreed to send someone, though they warned it might take time. Just as they hung up, a faint noise began to emanate from the drain, a soft, almost mournful moan that sent shivers down Carolina's spine. Panic gripped her thoughts. What if someone was truly trapped down there? Determined to uncover the truth, Alejandro pried open the drain cover with a makeshift tool. He shone a flashlight into the darkness, his heart racing as he glimpsed something obscured within. The eerie noise persisted, a haunting sound that only amplified their fears. They were no longer just dealing with a plumbing issue. Something inexplicable was at play. The local police arrived first, their skepticism quickly giving way to curiosity as they examined the bathroom. Zoe's barking intensified, a cacophony of urgency that filled the air. The officers, initially dismissive, couldn't ignore the strange sounds emanating from the drain. They radioed for backup, believing that firefighters with specialized equipment would be better suited to investigate what lay beneath. When the firefighters arrived, Alejandro and Carolina felt a mix of dread and anticipation. Carolina rushed to guide them in, her heart pounding as she imagined the worst possible scenarios. The fire chief instructed his crew to insert a small camera into the drain, and the couple watched with bated breath as murky images flickered on the screen. Each frame heightened their anxiety, the uncertainty of what they might find looming over them. As the firefighters maneuvered the camera deeper into the pipe, they finally hooked onto a bundled object lodged within. The tension in the room escalated palpably as they slowly drew it closer to the surface. A chilling moan escaped the drain, causing Carolina's heart to race. She braced herself for the worst, fearing they might uncover a severely injured person. When the object was finally pulled out, relief washed over the room, though disbelief quickly followed. Instead of a living being, they found a training mannequin wrapped in a dirty cloth, equipped with a motion sensor that produced faint sounds when disturbed. The absurdity of the situation left everyone stunned. How had it come to be hidden in such a way? The police speculated that someone might have planted it as part of a cruel prank, perhaps to frighten the new homeowners. Though grateful that no one was hurt, Alejandro and Carolina were left with a sense of unease. Why would someone go to such lengths? As the authorities wrapped up their investigation, Zoe, who had been on high alert throughout the ordeal, finally settled down, her tail wagging as if to say that her job was done. The couple couldn't help but feel a newfound appreciation for their dog. Zoe had sensed something amiss long before they did, her instincts forcing them to take action that could have potentially saved a life had the situation been real. In the aftermath, as they tidied up the bathroom, the couple reflected on the bizarre experience. Footprints from the firefighters and police marked the floor, and the drain cover lay askew. Despite the fright, they recognized the vital role Zoe had played in alerting them to something unusual. That evening, they rewarded her with treats and affection, acknowledging her as the family's protector. Eventually, the house began to feel more like a home. Though shaken, Alejandro and Carolina found comfort in the outcome. No one was harmed, and they had gained a deeper trust in Zoe's instincts. They learned the importance of responding promptly to unusual signs, realizing that sometimes the most profound truths lie just beneath the surface. Their story became a testament to a dog's unspoken vigilance, a reminder that even in the strangest of circumstances, it's essential to listen to those who sense the world differently.